Why hello, my name is Simo and welcome to the video. So I just want to get out the way very quickly that yes, I'm going to be talking about fears and phobias, but I know that all of these fears and phobias are very irrational. They don't massively impact my life like some people would with fears and phobias. Basically, they just give me this weird, overwhelming, like tingling up my spine and the overwhelming urge to throw up. That's what is wrong with these phobias, which I don't know if that falls under another condition. Oh no, that probably doesn't sound right. Okay, sorry. Hi, I hope you're having a fabulous October, Halloween, Spooktober, whatever. I am making new Halloween themed content on my channel every Sunday at 6 p.m. So if you are here for that, then click that subscribe button down below. But anyway, today I'm going to be talking about my weird fears and phobias, and I briefly mentioned some of these in one of the Q&A videos that I've done. I'll link that down below, and I said I would make a video entirely dedicated to it. I have some notes on my phone as ever because I thought this was hilarious. Way back in the day I had a blog, because who didn't? Actually, I'd started it for uni. And one of the things that I wrote about was some of my fears and phobias. And to this day, 99% of them are still very accurate, and I'm not going to read them out one by one because I tried to make it like 16 things everyone should be scared of. But to be honest, a lot of them fall under the same category. So the first one on my list is a very easy one. Any creature with more than 4 legs, I hate it. Absolutely, ugh. Like, it's just this. There's certain ones that are worse. And also, just before I continue, we have a puppy chewing a chew that I'm hoping you cannot hear, but that's what that noise is. If you can hear him, he's a puppy. There's not much I can do about that. He was barking like 10 minutes ago. Anyway, so any animals with more than 4 legs. So that basically all bugs, pretty much all bugs. And there's certain bugs that I would say are worse, like spiders, or like moths, things that want to fly at my face, or things that move erratically, and specifically things that move in a swarm, like, ugh. So one of the things I do for my job is I have to keyword documentaries and such, and there was this specific clip, even thinking about it, the hairs on the back of my neck, ugh. So it was like these bees that all make these big hives, and what they do is like a kind of warning signal, or is like a collective thing. They kind of do this Mexican wave, and looking at that, like, oh, it's just so ugh. So there are some bugs that are worse, and I'd say bugs is a super common fear, but to me people are kind of dumb about it. So I am not, what's the word I'm looking for here? I do not discriminate with my hatred of bugs, because some people go like, oh, look how beautiful that butterfly is. And I'm like, thought you didn't like bugs. No. So things like ladybugs or ladybugs, ladybirds. Ladybugs or ladybirds, whatever, people are like, oh, they're cute. No, they absolutely are not. Like, ugh, butterflies, no. Ugh, because I mean, like, we can all agree that spiders and moths are ugh, but it's just a few people out there that are like, oh yeah, butterflies are pretty though. Incorrect. If you say you hate bugs, be like me and do not discriminate. Hate all bugs. So my only exception to the rule of things with more than 4 legs, the only exceptions live in the sea. And that then takes us on to the next point, where one of the weirder thing, I'd say most of my phobias about the sea are pretty weird. So the first one is coral. Looking at coral makes me want to throw up so bad. I can't even fully express to you how much it makes me want to throw up. And yet again, for my job, I had the pleasure of having to keyword all of Blue Planet 2 about coral. And it was so bad, like the whole way through it, I was trying so hard not to throw up, and I actually had to go lie down for like 10 minutes afterwards because it was just this overwhelming like hot sweat of trying not to throw up for like, keyword in documentaries takes longer than actually just watching them, so it was like 2 hours. And I'm sure I had to take a break halfway through, but yeah, I had to like go lie down for like 15 minutes afterwards. It was just pretty hellish. And there was all these weird time lapses of them doing all these weird movements and spawning things, and just, it was horrendous. Wonder how many times I'm gonna say horrendous throughout this. So another thing that lives in the sea that people seem to love and that I hate, whales. I think whales are horrendous, horrific, horrible, evil creatures. And I think this stems back from being a child and having to watch Pinocchio, and that Monstro the whale, just pure, I mean, that is nightmare fuel. That is absolute nightmare fuel, and I don't know why more people aren't scared of whales because of that. I just take huge issues with a creature that big. Like, it could yawn and accidentally eat me. And are you genuinely telling me that any other normal humans that are like, not scared of a whale, don't be ridiculous, not scared of a whale. You're telling me you're swimming about the ocean and see a fucking humpback just over there. I'm probably not even gonna shit myself. I'm probably gonna die from a heart attack right on the spot because it's a fucking humpback whale. They are so big, so big. Like, I will put up stats or some shit right now, so don't wanna Google it right now, on how big these whales can be. And they're so creepy. Even like, I know it's not a real whale, but even in like Finding Nemo, when Dory's like the whole, oh, I can speak whale bit, see when it just like emerges from the distance and you just see it, oh no, no, no. And it's their tiny little eyes, and even like killer whales, which are like smaller whales, they just look like supervillains. They look eerie and creepy and like they're wanting to gang up and murder me. Also, just in general, hate the thought of things just appearing from the abyss in the ocean. That's, thank you for that noise, but that's just, I hate it. I hate it so much. And I don't know if I finished off that point. The exceptions to things that have more than 4 legs that I'm not scared of and live in the sea are things like, not too fussed on an octopus. Octopus, octopi, octopuses, whatever you want to call them, are very weird in their own way, and that could potentially be a future video, but they don't give me the heebie-jeebies. And yeah, so they're one of the exceptions to animals that have more than 4 legs that I'm not scared of. So I'm referring back to this old blog post for some of these, and 5 and 6 is fungus and out-of-date food or mold, but they're technically the same thing. So like mushrooms, fungus, mold, anything like that just makes me feel really uncomfortable, and I don't like it. It literally, if we open up something in the fridge and it's like out of date, like I'm thinking about it for the next like 6 hours, and it's just the pain down the back of my neck, and I'm like, I hate it. Oh, I'm getting uncomfortable making this video. Ugh. I found like, so again, I keep referring back to my blog post because it's still very accurate to this day of things that I'm afraid of, but 2 of them also relate to each other. So I am not going to insert any pictures of this. I never actually even remember the name of it, but it's that fear of like tiny little holes. And this, oh, it's just such like a weird chill up my back. But yeah, this is, I think it's very, very common. It's this thing where you look at like, sorry, I'm trying not to throw up even thinking about this, but it's where you look at pictures with lots of little holes in them, and it'll be like holes within holes, and it just, it's, I think if I honestly looked at it too long, I would throw up and maybe pass out. Like it just, it's this weird like fog just here of my brain just cannot compute it. I do not like it. It's, ugh. I wonder how much of this video I'm gonna need to cut out me just going like that. But yeah, that, I hate it. Don't know the name of it. You can Google it if you so choose, but if you have this, because I can never remember the name of it, but I never want to Google it to try and remember the name of it, but it's fear of like little holes. So the other fear is also looking at things very, very close up, like super uncomfortable with that. Seeing you look at like tardigrades and things, but I think it's because you can see little tiny holes in things that exist. Oh, so yeah, anything looking through a microscope, hate it. Fun fact, when I was younger, there was a point in my life when I wanted to be a surgeon, but I then went into first year biology and we had to look at yeast through a microscope and I had to excuse myself from the classroom because it made me want to throw up so bad. Ugh. So needless to say, I did not pursue biology, and I'm very happy I did not pursue biology because I would have had the worst fucking time at uni having to deal with things like, oh yeah, I can't look at red blood cells, they make me kind of want to throw up, and etc. Yeah. So this one's kind of funny. I have like an overwhelming fear of being late and sleeping in, to the point where if I need, like absolutely need to be up early for something, my body will wake itself up like every hour on the hour in a panic going, oh my gosh, I slept in. And it will happen if like first day at a new job, first day doing anything kind of new where I want to like impress someone, or even just first day doing anything new. And I've got this like thing where if you are late, it's basically such a disrespect to the person that you are late for, if that makes sense, that my body just wakes me up every hour on the hour in a panic that I've slept in. So I have this overwhelming fear of sleeping in and being late. And if I ever do that, it's honestly like it ruins my day. I would say in general, I'm a very positive person, but this is something that gets me in an instant downer, is accidentally sleeping in. Oh, it's the worst. So another one I have on the list is scary movies. I hate scary movies. Again, there are a few exceptions to this rule. There are a couple of scary movies that I quite like. So a good example is the remake of A Nightmare on Elm Street. I actually really like that movie. Like, just in general, enjoy it. Which, read into that what you will, that's probably a little bit fucked up, but yeah, I really like that movie. Another movie that I really liked, and I'm just gonna do this as like a senseless plug to my pal, is Death of a Vlogger. I'm gonna put up a little poster here. So he hasn't asked me to do this, and I don't know, like I'm obviously not getting paid. This is genuinely just my friend made a horror movie. It's really good. I went to see it sometime last year when we were allowed to go see movies in a cinema. Or was it earlier this year? No, it must have been last year. Maybe it was about Halloween last year. Oh my God. But yeah, I'll leave a link in the description down below to how you can find out more about his film, because it's genuinely a really good film, and it's not as if I can watch it because it wasn't scary. I just liked it because it was well made, it was clever, and it gave me a fright, as in like, oh, jump, like I jumped, but it didn't like fuck with my head at all. And that's one of the reasons that I really dislike some scary movies. It's like I can't get to sleep at night because little scenes will get stuck in my head and then they just replay constantly, and my brain can't switch that off, and then I can't get to sleep. And it can sometimes be like really bizarre little clips. Like it can sometimes be something kind of gruesome that happens, or sometimes it can just be like the lead up to some anticipation, and it just constantly replays in my head, and then I can't get to sleep. So that's a bit rubbish, and it's why I do not like scary movies, except from my friends and A Nightmare on Elm Street. So the last two before I round this up, that I thought it was kind of funny, so specifically I'll read this from here. Number 15 is clowns, or at least the one from American Horror Story. It's the reason I haven't seen all of Freak Show. I didn't make it past the first episodes. I still actually haven't seen all of American Horror Story Freak Show, and I actually really like American Horror Story, weirdly, because again, I don't like scary movies, but that TV show is quite scary. And yeah, but for some reason it was the clown that set me off out of anything. And again, the scene that just got, and I'm gonna be a wee bit graphic here, but there's a scene where the clown just sort of like stabs someone repeatedly. That gets stuck in my head so much that I couldn't get to sleep. And I just went, you know what, it's fine, just not gonna watch the rest of the season. Even though usually what happens when I watch American Horror Story is the thing that scares me earlier on, I then end up kind of liking or feeling empathy with, and it's one of the things I like about American Horror Story. And because another example was Murder House, one of the things that really freaked me out was the like baby in the basement, and that bit where it was like, what was the main character's name again? She like brought her friend into a basement and this little like murderous baby comes out and it's all, ooh, perfect example. But that, sorry. This is what I mean, where this isn't like a serious, oh, things I'm terrified of video. But anyway, that gave me nightmares. But then you like understand. Sorry, there was a siren. But yeah, then you like understand not where the baby's coming from, but basically all the ghosts and that, you can just ask them to leave and they're not, oh yeah, they're kind of something to be scared of. But you get what I mean? And then I was over it. And then the last one on the list is zombies or a zombie apocalypse. I used to hate zombies. Like I used to have so many nightmares about zombies. It's actually ridiculous. Even when I was really young and probably didn't even really have a full concept of what a zombie was as like a monster, I used to have dreams about like zombies and zombie apocalypses, and I'm saying dreams like nightmares, like I used to get really scared of them. But to be honest, I'm gonna thank The Walking Dead for that, because I basically binged that and now me and my mum just watch The Walking Dead a lot, and I really like The Walking Dead, and I feel like Link would pick a louder toy, but I feel like because of my love of The Walking Dead. Hello. Are you wanting to come in the video for the last bit? No, he just wants to show me his treat. But anyway, yeah, so I feel like because I wanted to keep watching The Walking Dead, and because the zombies are like the situation in The Walking Dead, they're not really, they're almost like a, they're not really like a character, they're the event. So it's like if you're watching a movie about a natural disaster, like a tornado, the tornado is the situation that the rest of the characters have to deal with. It's not really like, they're not the antagonist of the story. And I like that. So it's more the people are what you need to be scared of within the situation of the zombies. So I feel like that kind of helped me get over my fear of zombies. And now I'm actually not that scared of zombies. So yeah, that was the last one on that list. And now I've kind of come over that fear. So yeah, let's maybe hope in the future we can get over that one of whales, because the amount of things I've had to watch with whales in them is unreal. So yeah, I know 99% of those are all really dumb, but that's the purpose of this video, and these are things that genuinely, it's just like a chill and an overwhelming urge to throw up. Ugh. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I thought that would be a little fun thing to add into my little spoopy Halloween series. So if you enjoyed it, let me know in the comments below what's something weird that you're scared of. Or if you used to be scared of something and now you're not, how did you get over that fear? So yeah, let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed that video, you can hit the like button. If you like me at all, you can subscribe. And yeah, I hope you have a spoopy, fantabulous October, vlogoween, spoopoween, whatever we're calling October. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye! Also, can you see all the weird spots that I had from doing that face paint video that totally ruined my skin? Worth it though, it looked pretty cool. Bye!